2024 Alton Tower season has unfortunately ended. So, you know what that means. We're reviewing the season. So, just so this is more of like an introduction, so you can just skip to the time phrase that should be up. I believe it is up. Anyways, so practically, this season has been very important for Alton Towers. Obviously, Nemesis was shut for a year, and Hex was shut. We still haven't got the Sky Ride, so different camera angle. So March, obviously opening season, because winter break was over. So March contained a very important date. Obviously, Nemesis was shut for 1 year. Obviously, that caused like loads of problems for people, which I suppose they were going to lose money, but I suppose it's good because they needed to earn more money. This is what happens when you take businesses as GCSE. Anyways, so that was a key event for this year, Nemesis reopening. So obviously people rocked up to Alton Towers on March, and obviously they had like 6 hours queue, I'm pretty sure. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go, and this was before I started the entire vlogging thing. Anyways, so that happened. Nothing really much happened then, back in March. Just Nemesis reopening. Some other things that happened, I suppose, is Oblivion and Wickerman got track walks. This again earns revenue for the park. They probably got desperate, but no, that was honestly great for the guests on how they could just like walk up these coasters. And I know it's going to might be a bit difficult for Nemesis. 13 is a definite no, and I'd love to see an Octonauts one. Nah, I'm joking. Also, we got wandering actors, so like you've got your pirates back in Mutiny Bay, you had the Alton there, but this again is really good. But obviously Alton had wandering actors all throughout the years, back in 1980s, 1990s. I can't say, obviously I'm 14. I do study history though, so I should know this. But other than that, March, pretty hectic month. Nemesis, obviously, we see like the queues from, so let's say this is the start from opening, goes straight rocket up, straight up the marketing. Well, not straight up the marketing, I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but it's really good. So another thing we see as an event at Alton Towers is obviously the Alton After Dark. Obviously this really fits in with well, it kind of coincides with the timing, because obviously March is around, still winterish, like it still gets dark pretty early here in the UK. I mean, it's pretty dark outside now. That's a problem. I mean, but yeah, Alton After Dark, obviously the first day it happened, Nemesis shut. Not really a good thing. Obviously, people like other vloggers didn't really have much fun. But obviously, this is a really good event Alton have introduced with it, so can't really complain. So what comes after March, I guess you're asking, which I bet you're not. April. What happened in April at Alton Towers? Nothing legitimately happened. So obviously last year we had a Festival of Thrills back in 22 and 23, but it feels pretty empty April this year. Obviously March is opening season, that's pretty big and all, but April seemed like really empty this year. Obviously 2022 you had Festival of Thrills, you had all this music being blasted, you had all this theming, you had all these parties. No, that was Mardi Gras. No, I think they did. Anyways, April 2023, Smiler Takeover. Obviously, April, still pretty popular in this time, but April was honestly empty. There's not much. I mean, I can't think of anything. No, I can't think of anything. What honestly happened in April? April, bit of a bad month, to be honest. Which, again, is really a shame. I think April's one of the best times to go. Obviously, spring is happening, or influx of families. So I think an event would have been good this year for April. But you know, so again, we have May. May was pretty empty as well. I mean, obviously, I went to Alton Towers with my friends May the 4th. That was not a coincidence. My birthday's not on May the 4th. Please don't think that. But again, May was empty. Obviously, we had the absence of Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras, honestly, was the event to go last year and whenever it was included. With Mardi Gras, you had an influx of food, festivals, and really brought Alton Towers alive. Well, this year, it just feels dead again. And this will be a reoccurring thing with Alton Towers events. It's dead. There's barely many events throughout the year. Obviously, you have Alton After Dark, you have Oktoberfest, Scarefest, Christmas. But that's really just it. Which, again, is really a shame. Now we have June. June's just a repeat. There's no events. Actually, no, there is one. And it's called TBB's 10-year anniversary. I mean, obviously, this is aimed for little kids, obviously. Alton Towers is a family park. Merlin's more family, but I wouldn't really count it. It's not really an event. It's more like, oh, we're celebrating CBBS lands, because obviously CBB is a big part of Alton Towers, obviously. But it's just one family area, and they just use the front lawn, which I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, this is again when Alton Towers starts to get busier, so I really think they should key on events around June, July-ish. Speaking of which, why? Wicker Man set on fire, I'm not joking. So, practically, July 26th, some Dumbo decided to go on Wicker Man. Now, obviously, they used something. Like, something dropped out of someone's pocket, and that's obviously caused a problem. But that's really the only big thing that's happened this year. Like that's the only big thing that's happened with roller coasters in July. Obviously, this isn't Alton Towers' fault, obviously. This is more of the person's fault, honestly. If you're just gonna be like that, just don't bother coming to Alton Towers. Honestly, you ruin the experience for everyone. Anyways, events, you'll be glad to know. There's none. There's no events. One of the busy, like, July is the start of peak times. June, July, peak times. Alton Towers doesn't capitalise off of this. And that's their problem. They know when their peaks are, but they can't. Like, I know that they're earning revenue, I know that they're earning profit, but it's a shame that they don't add events. Because still, CBBS land is on, but another event would be nice for more thrill seekers. Maybe like a rendition of Festival of Thrills, but make it more really. I know that's not a word, but it's disappointing what Alton Towers has done. August again, not really noteworthy. August isn't really noteworthy. Wickham finally reopened, thank God. But nothing really noteworthy happened. We have September, and you'll be glad to know that we did actually have an event in September. Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest is obviously a German event that has come over from immigrants in the UK. It's just capitalisation, I suppose. But it's actually glad. But I think Oktoberfest it's not really a washout, it's just a bit of a waste of space, I think. Because, sure, yes, it's nice that you can have alcohol in Alton Towers. Alton Towers, really. But, really, it's just German. It's just German stuff. Obviously, Alton Towers is owned by Merlin. I don't think Merlin's a German company. It'll probably come up if it is a German company, if you Google it. But it's really a waste of an event, but I can't really complain because it's an event at the end of the day, and it keeps the profit up, it keeps happiness. Brings because obviously September is when people like me, kids, go back to school and have to start studying and writing. So obviously people take advantage of that on weekdays, so they'll just go. But really, that's all that happened. I think Spinball and 13 got single rider queues during this time, which got on Alton Towers. Spinball Wizard really definitely needed it the most, obviously. 4 trains. No, not 4 person trains, sorry. And just really good that I can just so say if 3 people went on, they can just go, good, you're good to go on. I'm really happy about that. 13, I think 13 needs less of it. 13, from what I've noticed, it's not really, I mean, you're always going to get a 2-person, you're always going to get 2 persons on a row, so it's not really a problem, I think, with so can't really see a problem in it. We have October, and I'm going to say this, October's probably the worst month for management, ride availability. Obviously, another event, Scarefest. Scarefest is really good. We saw the inclusion of Amigos in the Afterlife. Amigos in the Afterlife isn't a bad thing, really. I mean, I don't like it personally. People complain oh, why are we getting Amigos in the Afterlife? Scarefest, for God's sakes. But again, people don't realise Alton Towers is a family park. And that's our problem with thrill seekers. Well, yeah, sure, it still caters to the thrill seekers, especially with compounds, unfortunately. I didn't have enough money to go in compounds or do any of the scare mazes, besides burial grounds, because it was free. But honestly, it's sad. It is sad to see how ride availability has dropped down from So, because obviously we saw loads of ride closures. Again, this can't be Alton Towers' fault. Rides are really safe. You can't argue because they're here for your safety. But my problem is the Nemesis 1 train. Nemesis had the idea to run on a 1 train. So say the queue was half an hour. It would be, obviously because it's running on 1 train, it would be more 1 hour, 20 minutes, I'd say. Which really is a shame, because really efficiency is key, I think, when getting on people. Honestly, safety is key, but efficiency is the second most thing. getting people on and off, trying to actually minimise queue times, because obviously people are going to complain, especially the ones that can't afford fast pass. So honestly, it's sad. And here we come, November. November, really, it's just a short month. Obviously, fireworks. The day I'm recording. Currently on. They're probably on now. Yeah, I'd say they're on now. But obviously, we see the inclusion of phalanx in this, which is really good because obviously Nemesis, phalanx really relate well to each other. Obviously, that's storyline, and obviously it's buying into the Nemesis thing. And then I'll brush over December quickly. December's just dead. It's Christmas. My argument with Christmas is obviously the loss of the Christmas markets. Christmas markets are like really good. I mean, you get all these shacks, and you just get to buy from local businesses and businesses in general. Like, I brought like a woolly bear hat like 2 years ago, but now it's just like Topia. Like, yeah, sure, it's walking around the park at night and all that, but it's really sad. Like obviously, you can't argue that the other rides have to shut because obviously winter maintenance. Winter maintenance is obviously for your safety. Can't argue, but just really a shame how they're coming back with Christmas. And with that is the end of the video and the end of the 2024 season. Obviously, this is the bit where now I critique things. Oh, and I forgot, in October, Hex opens, so please do not bully me for forgetting that. So, but honestly, this year's just been so mid, obviously. Ride availability, lack of events. It's just really not good on towers. I think next year they need to crack down on the events more. Like, maybe add Festival of Thrills, bring back Mardi Gras, maybe make something new, interesting, maybe make a phalanx thing. But really is just a shame to see people getting angry over Alton Towers because obviously ride availability. Obviously I can't control it, obviously, so. Anyways, that concludes the video. If YouTube even allows you to comment on this, please comment your ideas, what you'd like to see, what you'd enjoy. Make sure you like, subscribe, and just enjoy yourself. And I'll try to make some things for next season, but content's going to be a bit low this year, especially if you see my community posts. But goodbye.